Alright, I got ahead of myself and now I'm done. So, I temporarily have this on here just for extra push-pull from the fans below. And I got all the hoses hooked up. And in the front, got that whole thing going with our Wishly Washly liquid. And 140 fan, side fans, of course, giant radiator. Now let's have a look inside. Okay, so now inside we have the CPU block, which that thing is pretty epic looking. And then it goes to the video cards, or the video card, which is that other CPU block on it. It's working just fine. And then the hose goes down. Alright, so that finishes up this modding video. If I do anything majorly different, I'll make another one. Alright, so I got another video. So I have it where I painted that top part, so now it just extends up all super tall to be able to fit the radiator in there. So the radiator's just right sitting in there. And took the side panel off, made it a little easier to see inside. And now I'm going to start modding this side panel. So I took all the fans off of it, and I had already taken all the mesh off of it. Now I'm going to cut a window in here. So I'm going to cut along that line, and I'm going to put a piece of plexiglass behind it, and then I'm going to, in that plexiglass, cut a hole for the NZXT fan so it'll actually fit flush compared to this one, which actually sits where there's big gaps in between it. So I'm going to, with the mesh there it was better, but now that it's just open, that's not that great. So I'm going to be able to help my case pressure by cutting that panel out. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so I've made a couple changes in the meantime while I was working on that side panel. I also changed the two fans down here to my old Antec fans. So these have blue LEDs in it, which I'm hoping will make underneath glow blue a bit. And then this CPU mount, I put this plastic bit in here that makes it where it holds it on straighter, because before I wasn't getting that great at temperatures because the CPU block, the water block, was not sitting on there quite straight, so I had to get that on there and mod it to fit on, but now I think that'll be just fine. I also replaced the screws that were on top, that were connecting the water block to the video card, because they were sticking up like way up here. And so I got these nice short ones. And that's all I've got at the moment. I am going, and I had that one 80mm radiator that I'm actually not going to use, but instead I'm going to put a 120 radiator right here and put a faster fan in here, and that would also be sucking out. I haven't had too much time to work on this lately. I just the other day took this to a LAN party where we played some StarCraft. That was fun. And so now I'm going to, and I'm also going to be getting 2 more fans to stick up here, which was recommended by another YouTuber who watched one of my videos and said that I should get these 2 230mm fans and stick them in there, and said that they would fit. So I'm gonna try those out. This tube here looks kind of sloppy, but I gave myself a lot of extra room because I'm planning on eventually SLIing this card. My buddy has the exact same one, and once he upgrades, I'm going to get his, stick it in the other slot, and then dual water cool them. So that'll be cool. I have a quick question for anybody out there on YouTube. I have it where I'm looking for this water block here. I have one right here. One of these. And I'm looking for one that has 1/2-inch tubing in it, or connectors on it, because I got this one left over from one of my friends, and this one has, I think that's 3/8, and I'm actually converting this whole system into 1/2-inch fittings, which I already have some in here. Like this water block that I got has 1/2-inch fittings, and then I have 3/8 tubing, but it's also super extra flexible tubing, so I can stretch it around the barb, and as you can see, the fluid just stops immediately here, and it just has a good effect on there. And the same thing with this video card. It's just got a really clean look to the water, or the liquid, in there. But all my other fittings are 3/8, which I had to stick these hose clamps on, and then it's got like funny bits of fluid that looks like it could leak, but it probably won't. And that honestly just makes me kind of nervous. So I'm going to go and switch everything to 1/2-inch fittings, like these, and just squeeze them on there all crazy like, and be a lot better that way. So if anybody knows where I can find another one of these, I'm eventually going to need one. I could just use this one that I have here, but barbs are a little bit smaller, which means the holes in them are going to be a bit smaller, which thus means less water flow, less cooling. And I already have like ridiculous radiator and fans. I don't want to skimp on one little water block that could have been better. So if anybody knows where I can find one of those, let me know. That'd be great.